because I've heard that taught so many church and Bible college type situations of like, oh, you can't have emotion and passion because those can lead to bad things in your flesh. So let's just throw it out all together, and then we just become these boring,
sterile,
dead robots. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I think these people that do preach this, like this, follow this, like I actually do think they have passion. I think they have a lot of passion
for those laws, or
yeah,
whatever. And for God.
Sure,
You're
no,
right.
yeah, for sure. No, I believe they love God, and I just think it's I saw a Reddit post the other day, actually for something local, and they were like, I kind of hate going to church. And when I was kind of like, okay, that got my attention, and I was reading it, and they were just talking about how there is no joy. And I was sort of like, it's just kind of just like I go in and it's just people are talking, and then they're like, there's no joy. And I believe the people, like I was saying about what you were just saying, like I believe they're passionate, but they're not passionate about living life because it gets associated with sinning. Like I don't know why life equals sin to people, like why they got twisted, but I get it. I hear those terms too, and immediately my brain flickers for a second of like, and I'm like, no, like, I should be living life. It seemed like Jesus lived a life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he took the people that were living life that were having issues and showed them how to live life now through the Spirit. And I don't know, just interesting, just how churches have become this boring rule book when it's like, why isn't it exciting? And I'm not even saying this excitingly, so I get it.
And you don't have to.
Come on, let's get it.
But you're right. It's cool to think about what you just said about Jesus too. Like he lived in a culture, they had been so beaten down and so overrun by so many people who had taken over that land and everything else. And the latest ones were the Romans. And they made them live in fear. And a lot of people just walked around with their heads down. And it wasn't, people didn't, they were afraid of excitement.
Yeah.
Except for during certain celebrations, weddings, and things like that. But I love it because Jesus comes in and he's like, "Let's have a party,
and let's serve the good wine last."
and let's go to Matthew's house, and we'll invite all the people that have been straggling around with us. Well, you can't eat with those sinners and tax collectors, and look at that guy up in the tree. Come on down, let's come on, Zacchaeus, we got some, Maybe he didn't talk like that. I don't know. I've been living in the South for too long here, but I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like he didn't. I like what you're saying. He brought this like life wherever he went,